What's going on, everybody? I'm Jason with Tennessee Mountain Homestead, and today the mud mower is finally getting tires. So we went with Deestone Swamp Witch 26-12-12 tires, and we went with SunF 19-7-8. I chose these tires for a couple of reasons. One, they're affordable. Two, it's what I've seen the pros use. And three, I like the way the little witch looks. So as you can see, the stock turf tires just aren't going to cut it. And as you also notice, the width, the track width. So as some of you may have seen about a month ago, I took the tires and the rims from the Rebel tractor that we use all the time around here, and I put them on my tractor because they have V-bars and chains. When I put those on there, I realized that it had a much wider stance. I'll put some pictures in. So I didn't want to permanently steal those tires and rims off that tractor because that thing is a legend. So what I'm going to do is I got this here from eBay. These also came from a G100, which is what I got the other ones from by mistake like 2 years ago. So G100 rim, eBay, and I found this one brand used on the AG Tractor Supply. So the next thing to do is we're going to get this tire de-beaded, and we're going to go ahead and put the Swamp Witches on these two G100 rims. Now that we have our G100 rims de-beaded and ready to go, we're going to take this a little bit different direction. So as you guys have seen, this whole entire build, we kept the tractor looking mostly stock. Like, you really can't tell the difference between this thing and another 200 series, except for the gas pedal and a couple pieces of diamond plate. However, this thing's about to get some serious mods that are definitely going to make it looking not stock. So the first thing I'm going to do when I change these tires out is I envision these rims being gloss black. I also got some lug nut thread. This is 7/16 inch 20, but it's a UCF or UNF. I don't know what kind of thread pitch it is, but it's a really tight tolerance, and it's made to work with these lug nuts. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt these, thread these through the back side of my hub so that there's studs sticking out. And obviously that's going to clamp it. And it's going to look something like that when it's done. I think that'll be pretty cool. So as you can see, we procured a nice pile of 200 series tractors. Some run, some don't. Case in point, this one. This here is a 1984 John Deere 216. It's complete, but it sat outside for about 8 years. Now, all four tires are flat, completely dry rotted through, and there's giant slits and holes in them. So, being that the tires on my tractor still hold air perfect, we're going to go ahead and take these off the front of this tractor and use these rims for the new SunF mud tires, and we're going to put my tires on this thing so that way we'll have a roller. Next thing we're going to do is get these bearings out because I got new bearings for them, and then we're going to get these tires de-beaded. We're going to start to sand, we're going to lightly sand all these rims, the front and back. We're going to paint them, put new valve stems in them, get the new tires on them, and then we're going to show you the finished product. Between two tractors out there, we had 3 rims that did not hold any air, and the tires were completely foobar. Anyways, as you can see, well, this one I think had some kind of a wheel preservative, like a wheel weight, liquid weight inside of it, rim guard or something. And I guess it did pretty good. It's not really rusted. These two, on the other hand, are pretty rough shape, pretty gnarly, pretty rusted, but nothing we can't fix with a wire brush. I also realized I need new valve stems for all these tires. So I'm going to run to town and get some valve stems, and in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and wire brush all these rims and get them all cleaned up, ready for paint. And by we, I mean Steph. outside and he wire brushed these wheels down pretty good. So this is the one that had the wheel weight, whatever liquid inside of it, rim guard, I don't know what it was, but not too bad. It had some corrosion. It's been sitting for 20 years or something like that, supposedly. And then he wire brushed down this one, and this one was sitting, and there was I guess water was sitting in this part of the rim when it was down on the ground. And it actually, when he was grinding away on it with the wire wheel, it rusted right through this metal. And so I took the welder, and it was a pretty big hole. And I just kept welding back and forth, grinding it down, welding back and forth, grinding it down, and there you have it. We patched the rims. So next, we're gonna get these things washed up real good. We're gonna scuff up the inside with some sandpaper. We're gonna hit them with some gloss black, bake them in the oven for a little while, and then get those tires on these rims. All right, so here we are in the dungeon, the laundry room, and we're going ahead and we're washing up these rims real nice and clean like. Come get a look. Using a 180 grit sanding sponge. A little bit of rust right there, no big deal. Clean the beads nice. Anyway, we're gonna get this all done and clean like, and we're gonna go back out there in the shop, get them painted, get the tires on. See you in a minute. All right, so we're out here in the paint booth, and we got both of these front rims washed, scrubbed, wire wheeled, acetoned down. I put them in the oven to make sure they were 100% dry. Acetoned them again, and now here we are. It's about 68 degrees out here today. I warmed up this can of paint until it was just warm to the touch. And these are still kind of warm from being in the oven, but no big deal. And without further commentary, we're gonna start spritzing. Sorry, it's been several hours and the paint is not tacky anymore. I got the valve stems in. We're gonna go ahead and start mounting these SunFs up. So, these are the front rims, the 8-inch ones. We got her locked into the Harbor Freight tire changer. We're gonna go ahead, put a little soapy water on it, and we're gonna put her where she belongs. We got the SunFs mounted, and now it's time for round 2. We're going for the swamp witches next, so stay tuned and check us out. the tires mounted on the rims as you just saw in the fast motion, and we didn't put the bearings in the rims with the hydraulic press first because we wanted to be able to use the tire changer to put these things on. So now we're using a piece of 1-inch threaded rod and some big washers to press on the outside of the bearing races. And let's see how this goes. We'll be back in a minute. Well, we got all the tires on. We ran into a bit of an issue with the fronts. Don't buy eBay John Deere 200 series rebuild bearing kits for the wheels. They don't fit. I tried cranking it on there with a 1-inch piece of threaded rod. All it did was open up the hub to where I had to go back to the stock bearings, and then it just ate them up, and I had to shrink it back down to get them to fit tight again. Anyways, it's been a long night. I'm going to let Stefan show you guys around for a little sneak peek, and then we're going to get back to you in the morning. Look right here. I had to bend the fender out just a touch. I'm going to trim that tomorrow. But they don't rub right now. But you got about no clearance. We did the lug nuts with from the back side in with the steel chrome enclosed nuts. See the SunF on the front. Anyways, guys, like I said, we'll catch you in the morning. All right, guys, so it's the next day. Last night we were up super late. I got a little tired. I apologize for that. Anyways, we're back on the 214 mud mower, and what we're going on, we got a couple little small upgrades going. I'll show you in a minute. All right, so the first upgrade is that I got these spindles off eBay a few months ago, and I didn't realize what I was getting, because I just wanted the spindle. But apparently these are different than mine. So these have a bolt-on cap that's going to retain the wheel assembly with threaded hardware and a lock washer. That's pretty cool, and it's going to be a direct replacement. The second upgrade is I'm going to get a new drag link, or a new tie rod. I apologize. Here. So this is an old pile of 216 that we picked up a couple days ago, and someone has replaced the ball joints on this thing at some point, and they're nice and tight. So we're going to go ahead and take this tie rod off of this tractor. We're going to put it on the other one because someone cross-threaded mine in the past, and we're going to have those bolt-on spindles. We got the new bolt-on spindles installed. We got the new tie rod end installed. We got the tires back on it. And also, what I did back here was I put a spacer between the frame and the seat pan. It's only like a 5/16 inch spacer because we had zero clearance here before, and now I can fit my fingers in here. So there shouldn't be any rubbing, and if there is, it'll self-clearance. Anyway, we're going to take this thing out and give it a little test drive, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We had a good time. It was a lot of work. This thing feels great, I have to admit. I've only been driving it around for like maybe 5-10 minutes now, and the front end feels so much smoother. It's just great. So anyways, please like, subscribe, comment, stay tuned. We have a lot more modifications coming up real soon. We're going to be doing it in the next few days. So as always, I'm Jason with Tennessee Mountain Homestead, and we'll see you on the next one.